Hi, this is Kevin Kraut. Today I'm talking a little bit about kingdoms, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of Satan, the kingdom of the devil, some of the powers that they have, some of the things that are witnessed here on this earth that we don't know a lot about. It's kind of interesting we're reading in John 18 verse 36, and Pilate's talking to Jesus in 35, and he says, Pilate answered, Am I a Jew, thine own nation, and the chief priests have delivered thee unto me? What hast thou done? And Jesus answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. And so, we know that there's different kingdoms, different divisions, different places of those kingdoms. Right now, the kingdom of the devil is expanding. It's getting very big. I'm going to introduce, this is a book by David Icke, and it says, remember who you are, remember where you are, and where you come from. Remember. And, David's got some pretty good points in here. Not everything in it's perfect, but he has some very interesting stuff about what's happened in our world. I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to read a little bit about some things here that have happened, and it's talking a little bit about Aleister Crowley. And it says there, Aleister Crowley, one of the most infamous and best-known Satanists of modern times, was connected to many household names in the Satanic network. Satanic rituals are conducted among the 2,700 acres of redwood forest at a place called Bohemian Grove in Sonoma County, Northern California. The focal point is a 40-foot stone owl that represents, among other things, a deity called Moloch. Now we know about Moloch because that was in the Bible, to whom the ancients sacrificed children in fire. Bohemian Grove Summer Camp is attended by leading names in politics, banking, business, media, and so on. And so then he goes through and tells a lot more about what happens, and I guess at this point this is kind of a good point to talk a little bit about some of the satanic rituals that happen and some of the things that are going on. I know it's kind of interesting because we've talked a lot about the Israelite people and how some of them are being destroyed. It's kind of interesting because we see a lot of families here in America today, and they're trying to adopt children, and those children, it's like I had a friend that worked for one of these adoptive agencies, and he says, where are all the white kids going? They don't know where they go. There's blacks that, the only kids available to adopt are black kids, and we just don't have a clue where they end up. There's blacks and there's other kids, but there's not very many white kids to adopt, and we know that they're going into these agencies, but somewhere they're disappearing. That's a question, we don't know. But one of the things is a kind of a clue is what's going on here in this book. It's a very good intro. There's another thing that's very good. We'll introduce this time. It's called They Sold Their Souls for Rock and Roll. And that DVD, you can look on YouTube as well. We'll link those together, where people can go and watch this. And it talks a lot about the dark side and how the dark side works. People make blood covenants and oaths to Satan in order to become popular with the world, or to have money, or whatever's there. And this is part of the temptations of Christ. When Christ was tempted by the devil, the devil did tell him, look, you can have all these things. Well, just make a covenant. Just bow down to me and covenant to me. This is my kingdom, see? And Christ didn't go for that because he didn't want this kingdom. This isn't the kingdom he wants. He's got his own kingdom. He says that. And so that's what we're shooting for, is we're trying to get to Christ's kingdom and to get out of Satan's kingdom and get out of his people.